Hey guys, so I'm back again here on YouTube doing another video about depersonalization, derealization. Currently, I was actually going to do like a vlog, like vlog my daily, like how I'm like daily feeling, what I'm feeling day in, day out. I started that vlog about 2 weeks ago, and honestly, I went good for about 3 or 4 days, and then I just kind of like forgot, or not forgot, but I was like too lazy to post, or not even too lazy, but things happen, and you like don't vlog. So I haven't vlogged in like a week, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to share a tip with you that I recently discovered about sort of making your depersonalization go away faster. And the tip is as follows. So my depersonalization really varies day in, day out. So some days I'll have specific symptoms of depersonalization. I'll either think, like, one of my symptoms is that I won't think that like I'll do an action, I'll complete an action, and then right after I complete that action, whether it's me talking, whether it's me like typing something, whether it's me looking at something, thinking about something, whatever the action is, my brain automatically goes into the thought process where it's like, did I just do that action? Was that me doing that action? Did my being do that action? And it's really frustrating because it's like you're having a great day, and then that like thought, that intrusive thought process will come along, and you'll like question your like existence, right? So that's one of the specific symptoms that I have, on top of just the general feeling of detachment slash not really connecting with your surroundings, which is the derealization part, and not really connecting with your being. But so I have specific symptoms, and then it goes back and forth between specific symptoms and just like a general sense of detachment. And I'm talking like really fast right now. I'm like out of breath, so sorry if I have to like pause and like catch my breath. Yeah, but that's how like my symptoms usually go. So what I was thinking is that I was talking to my psychologist about like my symptoms and whatever, and she brought up the point of putting a label on something, and she brought up the point of putting a label on whatever you're dealing with mentally, and how that either can help or harm your process of coping with whatever you're dealing with. So some people get mislabeled, and that's very unfortunate. Some people, not a lot of medical professionals know what like depersonalization, derealization is. Sorry if I'm looking that way or anything. But not a lot of medical professionals know like really what it is. Depersonalization disorder. Like my psychologist didn't even know what it was until she looked in the DSM-5, because I told her to, and she found it. Yeah, but so not a lot of them know what it is, so they end up mislabeling you with either generalized anxiety disorder, what's another one? Borderline personality disorder. There's really a whole host of things that it can get mislabeled as. And the point that I'm trying to make is that I've had friends that have had depersonalization. One of my friends, her name is Elizabeth. Let's just say that's not her real name, but she said that she had it just from anxiety when she was in middle school, and it went away by the time she went to high school. So she had it for, I think it was a year or something, and her doctor slash psychologist just told her that she had anxiety. And after me talking to her about what I'm experiencing, she's like, actually, that sounds exactly like what I had. But she didn't know it at the time. All she thought it was, sorry about that. All she thought it was anxiety. And because she labeled it in her mind as just anxiety, it was a lot easier for her to handle. Because once you label in your mind that you have depersonalization disorder or derealization, it gets a lot harder to deal and cope with. Because what depersonalization disorder does is it catches you up in all your fears and all your anxiety about your mental health degrading, your you going insane, all that other bullshit. And so, since my friend Elizabeth just put the label in her mind that she just had just general anxiety, or not even general, not the disorder, just anxiety in general, she never had sort of the mental, she never had to process that she had depersonalization disorder. And of course, when you know that you have depersonalization disorder, you know that it doesn't go away quickly, whatever. So you're like, it leads into the more thinking about it, which leads into more fear about it, stress, blah, 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 which makes it stay longer. But my friend Elizabeth never had that, because she just always believed it was just anxiety or whatever, when it's dissociation slash depersonalization is a completely different thing from anxiety. But that's what she was told to believe, so she believed it, and it went away shortly after I think it was a year in her case. She said she still gets like moments of it, but it's not in her life anymore. And honestly, I have started. So obviously, I have depersonalization disorder, or disorder, if you want to call it that, because it goes away for 99% of people. But I have DP, whatever. So what I've been trying to do recently is, since I know that for a fact that my friend had depersonalization disorder, and she never labeled it as that, maybe I thought that my thinking process is that I can take my depersonalization disorder in my mind and transform it into something else. And although this is I'm not telling you to misdiagnose yourself or whatever. What I'm telling you to do, and to try to challenge yourself, is to maybe think about your depersonalization disorder differently. So whenever I get a symptom, such as me doing a task, completing a task, and thinking, did I just do that task? Did my being just, am I, like, and then it like reinforces the separation between your subconscious and your conscious. Whenever I get that feeling, whenever I get that just, that very unsettling, dark feeling, I'll just say, oh, that's my short-term memory loss. Oh, because I know for a fact that everyone I know, or most people I know, deal with short-term memory loss. Make it something, make yourself believe that it's something normal, that it's something that everyone goes through, that it's nothing to worry about. And honestly, because if you have that certain symptom or whatever symptoms you have, and then you revert back in your mind and you say, oh, that's my depersonalization disorder, I'm never gonna get over it, blah 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 blah, like you're gonna sit in hell for a lot longer than you need to. So I started putting this into play, I think 3 days ago. And whenever I had the certain symptom of, oh, did I just do that? I put it in my mind. The label I put on it is, oh, there's just my short-term memory loss, because it honestly is kind of in the same boat. It's just me like thinking like, oh, it's like me forgetting in a sense that I just did that task, when like my long-term memory loss is very intact. There's moments where I look back and I think that, so I've been depersonalized for 5 months. And while I was depersonalized, I think a couple months ago, I went to Washington, D.C. And so I remember walking to the Lincoln Memorial, to whatever, and my memories of certain events are crystal clear. And I don't recall that I know that I had depersonalization because of the time period. And like, think back in your memories too. I remember that I had depersonalization just because of the timing, but in my memories, I don't remember that I'm dealing with depersonalization, because it's just a state. It's a current state. Depersonalization is only in the current time. You're not gonna remember. You're gonna get out of this fog and forget you even had depersonalization, because it doesn't drag along in your memories. And at least for me, it's completely forgotten in my memories, and that really reassures me that it's a current state. And the more you can do to convince yourself that you've either gotten over it, or that you're dealing with something else that's less scary, less unsettling, the faster it will go away. And man, I had a very tough day 3 days ago with depersonalization. Like, it was just the type of day where it's like like every second you're just like, oh my god, like so spaced out, right? Then I started putting the practice into play, where I'm just like, wherever I thought of a specific symptom, or whenever I had a specific symptom, I would be like, oh, there's my short-term memory loss again. Like, and I sort of rebranded it and repackaged it as short-term memory loss, which is my brain isn't, I'm not like forgetting my memory or whatever. Like, nothing's happening to my memory, but if you can repackage it as something else, it's a lot easier to deal with. You can either say that your symptoms are anxiety, or short-term memory loss, or whatever you want to do. And I'm not telling you to forget that you have depersonalization. I'm just telling you that your symptoms, like, deep down, you still have to know that you have it, right? Because you have to have something to compare on. Like, when you 2 months, sorry, there's fucking crickets and shit. Anyway, you have to have something to compare. You still have to know that you're depersonalized. But what I'm saying is that you can make sure, or you can make your symptoms into something that are way less scary. And I promise you guys that, like, if you try this, I honestly challenge you guys to do this with any symptom you have. Either rebrand it, repackage it as either short-term memory loss, anxiety, or just be like, I'm stupid, like, I'm just dumb, and laugh about it. Laugh with yourself. Like, you can't take it too seriously, or else your anxiety is gonna flare up, and then your OCD, like you're not gonna stop thinking about it, and it's gonna flare up, and then you're gonna be stuck in a DP spiral, and you don't want that. So yeah, I really challenge you guys to rebrand your depersonalization symptoms as something else. Comment down in the comments below if you want to ask me a question, if you want to tell me about your experience, please let me know. Also, I like a lot of you guys commented on the last video about the CBD oil, which I told you guys to get, and I'm still taking CBD oil. I find that, actually today I took my CBD 15 milligram thing, little capsule, I think around 1 or 2, and it usually lasts about 6 hours, and it's 8:20 right now. So I think it's like I'm like due for another one. I use 2 a day normally, so I end up taking around 30 milligrams. You have to find your own dosage. Don't go off what I do, because everyone has their own dosage. You know, if you can't overdose or anything, so it's not going to be terrible if you take too much, but you just have to like figure out what works for you. So what works for me is around 30 milligrams a day, and sometimes if I'm having a really bad day, I'll go to 45 milligrams, which is just another CBD pellet. But I find that makes me the CBD is less potent, sort of, in a way, after I do that. So I usually just stick to around 2 15 milligram pellets a day, and I take one about every 6 hours or whatever, and it'll overlap into my sleep. But so I still highly recommend the CBD oil. I'll put the link in the description below, and I'm pretty sure you can order it from if you're international, not in the US. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure you can. Or you can get it at your local vitamin shop or Whole Foods sort of deal. You know, you probably have one where you live. Anyway, so if you have any more questions, just comment down below. I'll be checking them. I'll answer them. I really want to help you guys out. I don't want you guys like struggling alone. It's terrible to struggle alone. But please, please, please try rebranding your symptoms into something that's less scary and more digestible for you to understand and cope with. And it really helps, because I know for a fact today I've really not had any symptoms. I've had that general sense of depersonalization, but honestly, the general sense is not even like I feel pretty real today. And I really attribute that to me rebranding my symptoms as something way easier to cope with. So I'm gonna leave the video off for here, or right here, because if I don't, then I'll keep rambling. But yeah, I'm not in my old setup that's in my backyard. I'll be there next video. I just did it out here because I wanted to switch it up a little bit. Anyway, and there's another cricket outside, so I guess it's time to go. But yeah, stay strong, guys, and just remember, it's not forever, and you will get over it. So peace out, guys.